So I started hair syrup when I was in my second year of uni, but because of COVID, we'd all been sent home basically. So I wasn't staying in halls. I was living back with my mum and dad in Wales. I used to use these products for my own hair and sort of make them myself. And then I made a little TikTok about them basically in 2020, and the TikTok went viral, and a lot of people were asking, where did you get this oil from? Can I buy a bottle from you? So what I decided to do was sell a few as a little side hustle. I thought there was nothing on the market. This was filling a gap, so why not? And then it literally just went from there. When my mum and dad's hallway was filled to the brim with Royal Mail bags, that I realised maybe it was probably time to get somewhere a bit more professional. Like I said, the house was bursting. They had 3 rooms in their house, which was taken over by hair syrup, and then their corridor as well. So they wanted their house back, basically. And I wanted to do more things. I'd had interest from wholesalers at this point and retailers. And you can't do stuff like that from home. It's really, really difficult. So we, decided if I'm going to start working with pallets and stuff like that, I needed to get an actual premises for it.
Right, so this is where all the magic happens. This is where we fulfill all of our orders from TikTok and our website. So over here we got all the shelves with all our syrups. On the middle shelf we got our famous 100ml syrups. On the top we got our bigger ones and our 300mls, and along the bottom here we've got our accessories. At the moment here we're currently pre-packing some kits. We've got some growth boxes on the go, which include a 100ml rosemary, a 100ml Rapunzel and a shampoo scalp brush. So we tend to pre-pack a lot of kits in the quieter days, so if it does get a bit busier, like we've just got them off the shelf ready to go really. Over here is our our order station. This is where we print out all the orders. Show you over here. So this is where we print out all the orders. We've got a TikTok live station. Phoebe's currently killing it on the live over here.
Hi Mima! The lemonade and also the vitamin C. So these come as 50ml. These aren't actually sold individually. So
this is where it all began. This is Lucie's first kit. This is our luxury starter kit, which has a 50ml Rapunzel, a 50ml original, 50ml mint, a discontinued watermelon milk. We've got a buttercream, we've got scrunchie, we've got a hair towel, and we got some sectioning clips. This is really just a start of what was to come. We've now expanded. I think we've got around 5 or 6 different bundles now, so it's evolved quite a bit.
Very good.
This is actually a new bundle. This is Katie over there. This is Katie and Lucie's new bundle that they've brought out. This is a bit of an exclusive for the TikTok lives. So inside we've got our brand new scalp superfoods. Bit of an all-rounder for you here, that one. And then we got a lemonade with a brand new accessory, which is a slick back brush. These are exclusive to these bundles. And then we've also got some cool custom stickers that Lucie's hand drawn herself. It's pretty cool. So recently we've been doing a lot of collabs. We've got with Phoebe over there on the live. She does a lot of wellness events. So we've collabed quite a bit. We've made these bags for her event. This is kind of the station where we do all that. We've got our pre-cut and our heat press. We kind of just get together, get some designs done, and see what Phoebe wants, and then make up some products to kind of give away, which is quite cool. We like to give away a few syrups and stuff as well, but a few goodie bags, so we make them ourselves as well. We pack and do a bit of everything. We've got Katie does a customer service, Libby does customer service. It's kind of a group effort. Katie does TikTok lives, I do TikTok lives. Yeah, we'll all kind of just take part. It is really just a team effort. We don't really do roles here. It's a bit out of the box. May as well, innit?
So we had quite a crazy growth period. So in 1 year between 2022 to 2023, we had a 967% increase in revenue. I would say that growth is probably the most difficult part of running a business, because you are being dictated to, you have no control over everything, and it's just goes completely crazy and you don't know what's around the corner. And as much as you want to make more sales and grow, logistically, that's not always feasible at the time. And every time you know you're in a growth period, because you spend a couple of weeks or a couple of months just being like, wow, this is really hard, what's going on? And then you'll look back at the figures and you'll be like, that's why that was happening, because we were having a bit of growth period. I think it was when we sort of started to really gain traction on TikTok Shop, and started working with some big retailers that we saw that big spike, and we're just trying to get it to a more consistent level at the moment, just to keep that momentum going. I think when I realised, or when it felt like proof that the brand was big, was when we started getting featured in press. So I remember being featured in the Sunday Times style magazine and just thinking it was the most amazing thing ever. And also just seeing really big influencers. So we never did any paid PR, very little gifted PR, if any. And seeing like really big influencers and newspapers just talking about my brand, was just because they'd seen it on TikTok, was pretty crazy. My dream from when I literally started, well, when I was about a year into starting hair syrup, and I thought, oh, this could be something here, was to launch in Boots. And that's obviously happened. But I think when you're running a business, it's just one of those things where nothing's ever enough, and you do that, and then you're thinking, oh, that's good, but now I want to do this. So that's certainly what I'm like. So Rapunzel's our bestseller. We always know Rapunzel's going to sell. It sort of sells itself. That's spoken for. But when it comes to forecasting, we'll have some products or some lines that will barely sell for 3 months, and then suddenly one person will make a TikTok or an Instagram post about this one product, and it just goes absolutely viral. We'll sell like 6,000 units pretty much overnight of this product that we haven't even sold 6,000 in the last 3 months, and then we sell it in one day. So it's very volatile, very unpredictable. We found ourselves overproducing on 2 lines recently, and we decided to discontinue them, run the stock down and just discontinue them slowly. And yes, we keep a kind of close eye on things, but it is very difficult. It's very volatile, especially when you're led. It's not always led by your marketing, it's led by what other people post and say about your products. So the first retailer we launched with was Beauty Bay, and I can actually proudly sit here and say that I have never reached out to a retailer. So every single one on those lists, they emailed me, which is pretty cool. And I think for anyone trying to get into retail, that is a good start, because people will spend years blanket emailing retailers, and you just never hear back from them. And if they want you, they will kind of find you and reach out to you, and that's when you're actually going to launch with them. I've tended to find anyway. So yeah, I've never reached out to any of them. They've always reached out to me. And the same thing, they would just say, I've seen you on TikTok, or someone in this team has come up and told the buyers about it. I've seen you on TikTok. Someone's used your products. They love them. They're amazing. We'd love to stock you. When I first started employing people, I was very hands-on. And like I said, those people who were here from the beginning, you can really tell, because they work to they have a much higher expectations and a standard of work, because I was there with them and I was telling them, teaching them everything, every inch of the business, and exactly how to do this, exactly how to do that. And they really care, and they become involved with it. So yeah, I'm just grateful for the, day ones, OGs, because yeah, they do a lot for me. So yeah, grateful for them. So what I was really looking for when I found Prosper was a marketing agency that were able to cover all bases, because before I was working with Prosper, I had different people doing my ads, different people doing my email marketing, different people doing this, and it was so all over the place and unclear exactly what revenue was coming from there. It was really difficult to report on, and having one company that can just do it all has been an absolute godsend, and I would never go back now. I used to think about hiring people in-house to do all these different things that they do for me, but it's just so easy and seamless working with them that I wouldn't even consider that now. I'd always stick with a kind of well-rounded agency. So Prosper have always got really interesting different ways of helping to boost revenue, and one thing they're focusing on the minute is customer retention and win backs, and encouraging people to kind of rebuy. So we know that on average it would take someone kind of 8 to 10 weeks probably to use a bottle like this. But what they're able to do with all of the data they're gathering from each individual customer is seeing how frequently they reorder. So they know kind of on an individual basis how often people need the product. So they're even kind of drilling down on metrics to a point where they can know when someone is likely to have finished their bottle of hair syrup, which as a brand owner, I could never possibly know that information about my customer, but it's so invaluable. So they're literally able to target people so specifically in that way, not only making the customers' lives easier, but obviously helping with customer retention and helping us to ultimately generate more sales, which is pretty impressive. People often ask me, what's my plan, what's my strategy, what am I going to do, am I going to keep it in the UK? And honestly, I just don't really know. I literally take things week by week. Everything's such a whirlwind at the moment. You can never pin anything down. So it's really, really difficult to say, but I would like to see it kind of expand globally on a mass scale. I'd like to have different production units across the world, different fulfillment centers and things like that. But I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's just little old me here and I have these big dreams, but it's hard to bring them into reality. Sometimes I feel just by myself in terms of scaling. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't want to be too ambitious.